What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video, and in this video we will be going over the new banner that was released last night, as well as the story event that was released alongside it. And after we go over the banner and the event, that will pretty much sum up the video. So we will be going over the comments from yesterday's video, right after the event overview, and after that, that would pretty much be it for this video. So if you guys do want to stick around for the comments, then it will just be right after we go over the event and all that. So stick along if you guys do want. But also, if you guys do want me to go over your comments, I will be I usually go over them in the videos, at least for these videos. For future, don't really know what I'm going to do for other types of videos, but for these videos specifically, if you guys do want me to go over it, write down the comments and I will, read it in tomorrow's video. But with that being said, if you guys haven't joined a circle, or you guys are still just looking for a circle to join, feel free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. The circle ID should be on the screen, and once you search for that, click join, you should be automatically approved. I believe we still have 4 spots left, so join while there are still a few spots left. And if you guys want, in the comments down below as well, let me know that you guys joined, and also letting me know what your in-game name is, so everyone, or I guess everyone, would just know who's who in the circle. But other than that, guys, let us go over the banner. Now, I know there is a free 10 support poll, because I did check out to see what it was, because obviously I saw the free 10 here, and I was like, let me go take a look. And it is on the support card part, which I do get why they do give the free polls for the support cards. It's simply because even if we do end up getting like a copy, it's not going to be like truly helpful, because usually support cards are best when, or especially SSRs are best when they are maxed out as per usual. And then they also released this, which is pretty tempting. This was the one I was talking about that had the banner that had Katsuragi Ace. And honestly, looking at the banner itself, I do have everyone but these two, which is I believe the ballroom Sakura Chino. I don't know if it's the banner one, the ballroom one. Let me actually check, because I could be wrong. Nope, that is the ballroom one. Okay, cool. So I don't have that one, as well as Katsuragi Ace. Who knows, maybe I'll just use my 10 tickets towards it, just to see if, I just get lucky. But who knows, maybe I'll use that for the, I guess we'll call it the Warfare banner, because that's what the alternative costume is called, I would say. Not sure if this has anything to do with Sports Festival. Obviously, it doesn't look like it, so maybe that will be next month's story event. Not too sure, or if this just like completely replaced it. So who knows? Other than that, we do have Super Creek, which we haven't seen an alternative been released since the first Halloween banner, if I'm not mistaken, along with Rice Shower. So it has been a while since we've seen Super Creek get an alternative. And then I think this is also Yaino Wateki's first banner. I mean, first alt. Right? Let me make sure. Yes, it is her first alt. So, with that being said, let's go over Super Creek over here. So at a level 1 3-star, we have her at 76 speed, 110 stamina, 70 power, 99 guts, and 95 wise. And at level 5, we have 91 speed, 135 stamina, 86 power, 122 guts, and 116 wise. For her aptitudes, we do have her as a turf runner, medium and long distance. There are no other exceptions to the other two because they are at a G, unless you truly, truly want to use her for short and mild distance. Then obviously you just bring it up as high as you can, which I believe would probably go up as a B, maybe even A if you're lucky enough. But she is a leader, but you can also use her as a betweener and a runner if you do so choose to. And for her growth rate, she does have it at 10% speed, 13% stamina, and 7% wise. There's some weird number. Some of the weird numbers have returned. I call it weird because it's like, you know, but it's cool at the same time because at least another stat does get some kind of a growth rate boost. So, and honestly, this works for long distance. You get the stamina boost and then some help on 2 of the other stats that you are looking for. So that's pretty cool. And then now we are going over her skills. So the first one over here is the unique skill, and it's called Ninpo Smile Shinui Seal. If you're in a good position but not leading, during any middle leg corner, your stamina will recover. In medium and long races, your speed will also slightly increase. I like this because it works for both distances that she is really good in. And I like how it specifies medium and long distance races, knowing that there could be a possibility. At least that's what I'm thinking. At least there's that possibility that they're thinking maybe, just maybe, there will be people that might want to use it for short distance and mild distance, and they won't get that extra boost in speed from the unique. Who knows? That could be something they considered. But honestly, overall, for medium and long distance races, this is pretty nice to see that she does have her own unique as one of the, or uniques as a recovery skill. At least I think so, because it does, although simple, it does seem pretty effective to have it as a unique. But at the same time, there will be times like, well, I guess with her specifically, won't be worrying about it for mile and short distance. So I think it just works out for her. Especially knowing that we do have the League of Heroes coming up, which is long distance. Honestly, Super Creek might actually be pretty good just by looking at her unique. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go look over the other skills and see what other skills they had given her. So going over the innate skills, we do have Deep Breaths, another stamina recovery skill for long distance. At a random point during the middle leg, your stamina will slightly recover. Then we have Attack Stance for leader. At a random point in the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. And then we have True Worth for leader long distance. If you were within 10 meters from the lead around the end of the middle leg, then in the final leg, your acceleration will slightly increase, which works out obviously because she is a leader. So she will be behind the lead. 10 meters away, that all depends on how well the race is going, I would assume. As for the awakening skills, we do have Up the Pace at level 2. Slightly increases speed when overtaking during the middle leg. At level 3, we have Unstoppable. At a random point in the middle leg, your speed will increase. There's a lot of middle leg skills here going on. At level 4, we have Long Distance Straights. For long distance, at a random point on a random straight, your speed will slightly increase. And at level 5, we have Monster for leader long distance. If you were within 10 meters from the lead around in the end of the middle leg, then in the final leg, your acceleration will increase. Now going over the evolve skills. We do have Unstoppable, which goes into running water away. For leader, at a random point in the middle leg, your speed will greatly increase. And the two conditions, condition 1 being get at least 3 speed type skills, which shouldn't be an issue, and have at least 800 speed, which again shouldn't be an issue at all. And then the second one, we have Monster, which goes into Shinsen Chohen no Jutsu, and is for leader long distance. If you are within 15 meters from the leader around the end of the middle leg, then in the final leg, your acceleration will increase. So instead of 10, we get 15. That's pretty much the only difference between the gold skill and the evolve skill. And the conditions, believe it is only one condition, and you can do either or. Win any G1 long race as a leader 4 times, or get at least 4 skills for the leader aptitude, which would probably be the one. Let's see, 4 G1 long races. I can only really think of the Kikasho, the Arimakinen, and the Tenosho Spring when it comes down to long distance races. Is there any other one? At least G1 ones. And I don't think there are any other ones. I know there is a G2 that happens on the same month or same day as it's basically on the same turn as the Osaka High, so which I know coincides with I believe Narita Brines and Mayano Top Guns, like goal races, so not too sure. Unless basically just repeating either the, I guess if just the Arimakinen is what I can think of. Which would make sense. Do the Kikasho, Arimakinen twice, and then the Spring Tenosho, which is part of her objective race. So I think as long as you win those races, which shouldn't be too hard, you should be able to get the evolve skill condition easily done. But other than that, that is pretty much it for Super Creek. She does have skills from events actually, so let me go over those real quick. Corner recovery, a very familiar I think we have here. No, is it here? Okay, this could be from just Super Creek in general, but corner recovery, obviously one of the stamina recovery skills that I normally get, because it also coincides with Arc Maestro. It's at a random point on any corner, your stamina will slightly recover. The next one is nutritional supplements, which is, I believe, the normal version or the wide skill version of Big Eater for leader. Slightly recover stamina in the middle leg. Then we have Kageuchi for long distance. I don't know if they're right here. During the second half of the middle leg, if you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will slightly increase. It looks like leaders corners is here too, so basically increase the speed in the corners for leaders. And then passing preparation, which I don't know if it's behind this one to be exact. But it is for leaders at a random point on the final corner. If you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will slightly increase. I usually pick that skill if it does show up if I am training a leader. Now, that should be pretty much it for Super Creek, which I think is not pretty bad, especially for long distance. Obviously, she would be long distance focused, but also, you know, her unique works for medium distance, so you can use her there from what it looks like. You just have to get medium distance skills if that's what you're looking for. Alright, now that we have gone over Super Creek, we will now go over Yaina Muteki. Over here with her first alt. For her base stats at level 1. 3-star, 94 speed, 87 stamina, 97 power, 89 guts, and 83 wise at level 5. 5-star, 115 speed, 107 stamina, 119 power, 109 guts and 100 wise. For her aptitude, she is a turf runner, but having an E in dirt, she is still usable for dirt if you really do want to use it for dirt. Sorry about that. I just felt my nose feel really like stuffy, so I just had to just quick fix real quick. But for her other aptitudes, sorry about that. She is, from what it seems, mainly just a medium distance runner, but you can use it for mild distance. And just like what I said for dirt, if you do want to use it for long distance, you can, as long as you just bring up her aptitude up through inheritance. Now, as for her positions, she is a leader or a betweener, but I believe, I'm trying to remember which, I don't know, really. I don't remember because I never pulled her. So we'll find out. My voice cracked. We'll find out and see if she is a more of a leader or a betweener through her skills. But first skill we will be, wait, before I go over the skills, the growth rate of Dynamoteki, I just blanked out on her name, is 6% on stamina and 12% on both power and guts, which for me I also don't mind, because getting a little bit of boost on guts and power honestly helps out a lot. It kind of gives me a little bit more confidence that they will be reaching 1200 or more later in the training. Way more easier than without the growth rate, but obviously we won't know how well it's going to do for myself because I don't know if I'll be pulling. Although it's kind of tempting to get Super Creek for a more long distance focus Uma to pull for, but the first skill is a unique skill as always, and it is Brave and Decisive, the Sword of Fire. If someone was blocking you from the side around halfway through the race, then at a random point in the second half of the race, your speed will increase. It will greatly increase if you are currently running in the inner lane. Now, I don't know how often they'll be in the inner lane or the outer part, but I don't know if I honestly don't know if there is any way to know, as in maybe through a skill or something, if you're gonna be more in the inner lane or the outer lane, because sometimes, or usually most of the time, I just see them sometimes or majority of the time in the inside, which I do see. Notice Akita does come within the inside or inner lanes more. I'm trying to think of like Duramente if I have seen her come more from the outer lane. It could be based on their running style. I am not too sure. If you guys do know, let me know down in the comments, because after over 3 years of playing this game, I honestly still haven't figured that out, or I never really thought about it until until reading this unique skill at the last part of the unique skill. So that is a good question. Do we know if they're going to race in the inner or outer lanes, or is it just going to be based on like their running style? I'm not too sure. So if you guys do know, let me know down in the comments, because like I said, after all basically playing this game through its whole time it's been released, I haven't really figured that out or heard about it. So other than that, let's go continue on with the innate skills. First one being the Tokyo racetrack. In Tokyo, your stamina stat is increased by 40. We have satisfying pace for leaders and betweeners. If you're on the final corner in the final leg and you're not in the back of the pack, and there's at least 600 meters remaining in the race, your acceleration will slightly increase. Excuse me, sorry about that. The Next skill is Tooth and Nail for leaders and betweeners. If you try to overtake someone in the second half of the race, your speed will slightly increase. So 2 back-to-back leader betweener skills. Kind of interesting. That means basically the gold skills will pretty much be them. The leader betweener skills. So let's go check out the awakening skills. The first one being at level 2, hold your tail high. If you activate at least 3 skills during the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. At level 3, we have check for leader betweeners. If you're on the final corner in the final leg and you're not in the back of the pack and there's at least 600 meters remaining in the race, your acceleration will greatly increase. At level 4, we have Slipstream. If another girl has been right in front of you for at least 3 seconds, your speed will slightly increase. And at level 5, we do have Hot Pursuit for leader betweeners. If you try to overtake someone in the second half of the race, your speed will increase. Alright, now that we have gone over the skills, we will be going over the evolved skills for Yainen Muteki, with the first one being from check, which is this one here. So from check, we go into General's Blade for leader betweeners. If you're on the final corner in the final leg and you're not in the back of the pack, and there's at least 600 meters remaining in the race, your acceleration will greatly increase. And then during the first half of the last spurt, your speed will slightly increase. And for the conditions, for the first one, win any G1 race as a leader 2 times, or win G1 race as a betweener 2 times, and have at least 800 power for the second condition. For the next evolved skill, we have Hot Pursuit into Unparalleled Pursuit. For leader betweeners, if you try to overtake someone in the second half of the race, your speed will increase. It will greatly increase if you're currently running in the inner lane, which looks like it coincides with her unique skill. For her conditions, it's just one condition. It's either get at least 4 skills for either leaders or betweeners, and you should be good on getting the evolved skills. As for the skills from events, we have All That There Is for medium distance. If you're in a good position on the final straight during the final leg, your speed will slightly increase. And Head to Head for leaders during the first half of the final leg. If you're in the first half of the pack, your acceleration will slightly increase as well. Between the two, I think I choose Super Creek just for a more long distance focus. Uma, I don't know if that will do any wonders on training for long distance, because as you guys know, I've been having long distance training issues for like the longest, even before I started going over the comments a year ago. I've had issues with long distance builds, at least really good long distance builds. I could build them, but their skills won't be, not their skills, their stats won't be as high as I want them to be, which I think it's just something that I need to figure out, or just need to, I guess, get better RNG into training. Who knows what it is, really. Also, before we go over the, well, not really go over, but we're just going to take a good look at the support cards. But before we do that, I just want to apologize because my nose has been, I want to say it's been bothering me. It's just an issue. It just becomes an issue when it really does bother me during recordings, but it is what it is. I think I'll just try and take allergy medicines to see if that helps. It is spring, so maybe that could be the reason, because even though this has been something normal that I realize, I might as well, you know, just try to see if the allergy medicine will help. But other than that, that's just something I wanted to quickly apologize for. But other than that, we are here, as you guys can see on the screen, with the Hichi Miracle Stamina card, we're just gonna quickly take a glance over it and see what um the skills are, also what the unique effect, just to see how good it can be and what it is focused on. So for Hishi Miracle, her unique effect is gain friendship bonus of 20 when the bond gauge is full, which is kind of like whatever. As for her skills, we do have 2 stamina recovery skills, one for a betweener over here, and the other being for long distance over here. As for the other skills, the speed skills, they are all, well, 3 of them are for betweeners, and the other one, lock on, is for long distance. And then we have stamina eater here for long distance as well. So the stamina card is mainly focused on long distance betweeners, which honestly would work for Super Creek if you want to use it as a betweener instead of a leader. Would you want to do that though? Let me see. I guess so, it can work. But you would have to be in a good position. So I don't know how good of a position. But knowing myself at least, I would probably just use Super Creek as a leader instead of a betweener. So more of a Satono Diamond if you want to use this for a betweener long distance. But other than that, I don't really see like any other uses for this stamina card, either other than it being best used for a betweener that is focused on long distance racing, since it is a stamina card. As for the next card, we do have Narita Taishin over here for a wise card. And for her unique effect, gain wisdom bonus of 2 when the bond gauge is at least 80. Seems pretty standard. And as for her skills, which I would assume are for chasers, because I could also see chaser straights here. Yep, lots of pretty much all chaser skills, and one neutral skill that doesn't have a specific position or distance. So we have what we have here with Taishin is a chaser focus wise card. So if you're looking for a chaser focus wise card, there's a hell of a lot of speed skills on this one, and 2 acceleration ones. Other than that, I don't really see any other use for these cards. They're pretty specific. One of them being chasers for the Taishin wise card, and the other being betweener long distance for the Hishi Miracle one. Other than that, I wouldn't pull for the banner itself unless you're looking for specific support on those things for those cards. Now, before we do jump into the event story stuff, let's just get this 10 pull out of the way and see what we get. If we get lucky to get a card, maybe a dupe of a card. It doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna, let's just click through. You never know if one of them will just turn into a rainbow bookmark. You never know, right? Nah, we didn't get a card, but at least it was a free pull. So I don't know if we'll be getting any more free pulls. I just noticed that we did get one just off the update, but I don't know how often it will be. But I think before I go over the event story, even though this isn't the banner, I do want to see if I can get lucky with my tickets at least. I should be saving these tickets because obviously they can help in the future banners that I do want to pull for. But, I kind of want to see if I can somehow get Katsuragi Ace off of this, even if it's by dumb luck. So let's see. Let's just use 10 tickets. We do have it, so will we get stupid lucky here? You never know. You never know. Although it is not looking well right now. Hello, Super Creek. But if I don't get anything, then it is what it is. It just wasn't meant to be, I guess. Obviously, if I did really want to pull for her, I would keep pulling. Obviously, I do have the jewels to do it, but I'm not going to use it for... I mean, technically I should, because she has another rate up being this banner, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm tempted enough to pull because of future banners like Verxina and other characters. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. I guess we can get these out of the way just to see what they give. I don't think they really give anything too special unless I get lucky. But they just gold tickets that I had, so might as well just use them. And with that being said, let us jump into the event banner real quick just to see what the missions are and also to quickly go over the event banner card just to see what it has. The login missions are pretty much the same as always. Complete a training once, win any race once during training, participate in Team Stadium match once, log in, and clear all daily missions. Those were the daily missions. Now for the one-time missions, I will just be going over the total amount instead of saying every mission repeatedly, because a lot of the missions are pretty much just doing a certain thing multiple times. So complete a training run 12 times, win any race 60 times, win 40 G1 races, gather a total of 2 million fans during the event period, participate in Team Stadium matches 40 times, reach a cumulative score of 3 million during Team Stadium matches, get at least third in the Tenosho Spring, Tenosho Fall, Kikusho, Satsuki Show, Arima Kinen, Japan Cup, and the Takarazuka Kinen. And that is pretty much it for the event missions. And for the new event card, as always, go to 400k if you guys do want to get one of the copies, and the rest are pretty much from the roulette, and the other copy comes from the story, event story itself after reading all the stories. But over here we do have what it looks like a new Uma. Sadly, it is a Guts card. Well, is it sadly? Because I have been using Guts cards, so it's not really sadly. But let's see how good the Guts card is. So this is No Reason, a new Uma. But this is just her card for the event. Her unique effect is gain Guts bonus when the bond gauge is at least 80. And as for the skills, I would say best for Betweener, because there is a leader Betweener skill and a separate Betweener skill, along with a medium distance one and a neutral skill that doesn't have any specifications. It's kind of a mix, to be honest, but I would say probably a Betweener would just benefit it off the most, based off what I see here. The fact there is basically no other position skill besides a Betweener, then that's pretty much all I need to know about it. And I think that is pretty much it for the banner and the story event itself. Nothing really else. So with that being said, we will be going over the comments now. So if you guys do want to stick around and listen to the comments that I go over, feel free to do so. And if you guys do want your comments to be read, like I said earlier in this video, just leave it down in the comments and I should be going over them in the next video. Other than that, let us go over the first comment, but let me refresh the comments real quick. Just to see what we have here. Okay, we do have a couple comments here. I'm gonna try to see if I can go over them a little bit faster, because looking at the time right now, it was one of the things that I was a little worried about, because I kinda took a nap. I originally did choose to take a nap, but I didn't expect my nap to go over by like 2 hours. I guess I got a little bit tired, more tired than usual the past few days, so it's all right. It's all right. So for the first comment, it is from Nova. I can't believe it. There's a Ninja Umamama coming soon. Super Creek. Though I don't think I'm pulling, just because I only want one of the two characters. Same. If there were another Ninja Uma, then yep, take my Carrot Rocks. Since I missed the last event, I'll do better this time around. VPN less life really is good. Are you pulling though? Nah. As you most likely saw, I didn't pull on the banner itself. I pretty much just pulled on the, I guess you could call it the Golden Week banner, because it is Golden Week in Japan right now, so pretty much I did that 10 pull and nothing else. Other than that, I do get you of only having one of two characters so that you want, so yeah, I get why you're skipping. It's understandable, because I'm pretty much doing the same thing. Other than that, thank you for the comment, Nova. The next comment, oop, it's been a while since I touched the screen. The next comment is from Ren. I got 10,020 gems my first time. Your first time at 10k? Yeah, I don't remember you ever reaching 10k now that I think about it. 5k away from 15k, and you'll be halfway through Pity, but will it survive until Pity? I don't think so, to be quite honest, but we'll see. We'll see. But who is that on the cover of the story event? She's so cute. If she's on a banner, I might have to pull. Unfortunately, she is not. She's most likely going to be released later on. But she is No Reason. At least that's her name. That's I'm not saying that there's no reason for her to be on the banner. I don't know. That's just weird how that transitioned, but it looks like it's Super Creek and Yaino's new outfit. I'll be able to skip because of it. It was that cute on the banner of the story event. I would die. Yeah, I honestly probably would pull, but since it is a story event, we most likely won't be seeing any new Umas. It'll most likely just be an alternative costume for characters that have been released already for quite a bit. But it looks like they released her card, so she's probably coming. Her name is No Reason. She's also on my list to get to then. Probably for mine as well. Probably. You can look on Uma Pure DB to look for a Saiyan Sky Ballroom friend and pick the rep Uma as Ballroom Saiyan Sky. I am aware of that website because of Yujin. He did let me know of that in the past. Although, a lot of the times, when I'm looking for a, very specific friend, I usually, one, do find them, but their friends list is always full, which is pretty common in that website. And two, yes, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. They just pretty much just don't have any space, or there's actually no one with that friend with that specific Uma for some odd reason. I don't know, or with that specific that I'm looking for. So yeah. As far as I understand, Triple Z was supposed to come out before Star Rail. Oh, I did not know. It was supposed to come out near the same time as Genshin. It got delayed. That is a pretty long delay, not gonna lie. So pretty much it's been delayed for nearly 4 years, if that's the case. It has parry and a dodge mechanic. Ooh. Okay, that is already different, because obviously we don't have that options to do, even in, or in Genshin at all. I feel like Genshin's gacha animation feels not as unique as not as unique since Genshin is just a little star thing as Triple Z's feels. What I meant by unique is that it's different between the three. Like you had the little star thing, the falling star thing, which I think honestly can, you know, kind of represent, at least what I think it is. It could kind of like represent like the main character being sensitive at something like that, if you want to think about it that way, to have it some kind of meaning. Whereas like Star Rail had the, obviously the ticket animation, which is pretty cool. I like it. So I'm kind of curious to see what Triple Z has. The story's amazing so far. I'm actually really into it. One feature I love about Triple Z also would be that sometimes in the story the MC will quote unquote switch. Since I picked a female MC, I get to play as a male MC sometimes and see his perspective. I most likely will be playing as a female MC since I have done so in the past 2 games in both Genshin and Star Rail. No, I think Wuthering Waves and Triple Z won't excel the way Genshin does because it is harder. Honestly, you could be right on that because technically Star Rail, depends how you think about it, because there are debates on like when it comes to building characters on either game. One is harder than the other. In my case, I think Genshin is harder to build than Star Rail. But as for, I don't necessarily know what you mean by it being harder though, like difficulty wise, because normally from what I've noticed, if we're just talking about the story, like story-based fights and all that, normally they make it to the point where it is beatable for anyone. So I don't know if that's, as long as you obviously build your character high enough to beat the difficulty of the story fight that you have. But other than that, I would base the difficulty on like the end game content that they would have. So basically like the Spiral Abyss in Genshin, or the Memory Chaos, Pure Fiction, and Star Rail. That would probably be the way that I compare the difficulty, at least for me. But we'll see, because Wuthering Waves isn't Hoyo, so we'll see what direction they take. As for Triple Z, obviously there'll probably be some similarities and all that, so I'll make the comparison once the game is out. Triple Z has the same path system. On the screen it shows you how many pulls left until a 4 or 5 star. Example, times 40, 5 star if you're like halfway in the gacha. I say Triple Z is pretty free to play so far. I'm assuming free to play friendly so far. Honestly speaking though, if we're talking like free to play friendliness of the games, honestly, I think it would be okay. Knowing it being Hoyo, they'll make it doable because Genshin is all I can say. But I'm pretty sure with how they've been in, I don't know. We'll just see how they do, because you know it could be different. Same company, different like people in charge. So we'll see what happens there. There's like a simulated universe mechanic in Triple Z, which I'd say is probably it. It is like Star Rail open world. Okay, so it's okay. I'm okay with that. Day 31 of asking random questions. Wow, this far already. Lion Girl or Tiger Girl? I think I'd pick Lion Girl. Random word of the day, grass sniffing. Okay. Thanks for the video, Shushu Bukakashu. Fun fact, the cats have balls at Triple Z. Okay. I think that's more of a random fact of the day, but alright. Like the animal cats sitting around the city. You sure are hella lucky. I think we're talking about my adventuring pulls. I don't have Ron May. Fushuen is coming out with Topaz too, so I'll try to get her since I believe she is after Robin. If you don't have Ron May, I mean, you do have Sparkle, so you could technically still use Sparkle. She is a really good Harmony, so just pretty much just replacing another support with another. Because with Sparkle, you can still increase damage output, so it will work out. So you could try running Jingliu with Sparkle if you want. And I guess also maybe Tingyun or Asta. And then, of course, having a Fushuen or other like really good preservation unit or abundance unit you can use as well. It doesn't have to be Fushuen. If you have like Locha or even Huahua or if you picked up, I can't really think of any other preservation units besides Aventurine, because I believe they don't have any preservation units for electric or lightning and wind. Ice is Japard, so you can use him. He is still really good. March 7th. If you're going to use March 7th, you would have to... I would recommend using a... At least I would recommend, unless your team setup is like a Clara setup. But yeah, I would recommend using a healer if you decide to use March 7th. Fire Trailblazer is kinda... It's dependent on her taunt, but also depending on how much damage she can take. Because if her health gets too low, then you'll be in a bit of a danger. But other than that, there are just a lot of replacements. I'm actually thinking of possibly E1ing Topaz because I do like Topaz that much. But the event actually gives a free 10 pull on the support card banner. Yeah, yes, I did that. Didn't get anything. And now that the new banner out, the Goshi Week, you gotta pull on that one. I got Ace. I did. It got Ace on it. I did pull on it. I didn't get anything. Although it is just 110 pull, I am not going any further than that. Other than that, thank you for the comment, Ren. Next comment is from Eugen. Sorry, I meant Top Road last time and I shortened it. Oh. I see it now. It didn't click to me that it was Top Road. But, well, I'm pretty much beaten up in practice by Nuz since he is now in the upper ranks. No train Uma for LOH yet. Maybe on the start of May I would train a bit, which would be tomorrow for us. I should periodically just touch the screen. Tachyon Factor is coming up again. Well, good to hear from New so I can prepare for the June CM. Okay, well, I'm more enjoying fast training at the moment, so I always do the White Factor laps. I feel disheartened knowing Super Creek having her third costume. Even though Yaino Muteki seems nice and appealing to me, I think there might be some changes in the release. Or something, since a lot of the Umas are pending to come. That is very true. That could be the very reason why the Sports Festival theme banner did not get, or story event did not get released yet. Which could also mean we could be looking at maybe story events being more common than just once a month. Who knows? Although it's not really too much of a gap because we get like, what, 2 weeks of the story event and 2 weeks of waiting for the next one. So it's not too bad, I guess. which now makes me realize that they most likely won't make the turnarounds a little bit faster, as they probably shouldn't, because yeah, that'll be a lot of story event banners that they'll be pumping out. Well, let's see, where did I leave off? Shoot. But anyway, still good. I'm not a fan of Super Creek. Maybe the mommy vibes of a character or something. But yeah, ninja costume seems to be nice. Anyways, update on the Uma banner, though most of us here don't like and no appeal for Earth, but I will learn to love it since it is part of Team Canopus. I just simply didn't like her because there just wasn't much screen time for her, I would say. She didn't really have much of an impact in the anime, so I didn't really have, much of a connection to her. Plus, I guess outfit-wise, it's just whatever, I guess. Pretty much useful for me for factor training, and I'll just discover how to use it. It's just I'm not really a fan of red colors, that's why I have second thoughts, though Asan Machan color is way better even if it's a bit red and looks good. It's okay, we all have that color that we don't like as much. It's totally understandable. So yeah, I'll pull for her starting from free 118 Uma tickets. First rainbow appeared on 40 pulls. Design door, a dupe of swimsuit gold chip. A dupe of swimsuit gold chip. Oof. Then here comes the 80th pull. Hey, looks grim, but design door, it gave me New Year Opera. Wait, it's not Sound of Earth, but only similar. Making it to the halfway on 100 pulls, normal door, then banner, eclipse first, the rest nowhere, and Sound of Earth appears. Congrats! So now having 18 plus Uma tickets, my 61k jewels left at my disposal. Almost lost hope, but I can say 3-star rainbows for 100 pulls is good. That is true. For half the pity, getting 3 is pretty good, I would say, myself. And seeing that you only used your Uma tickets, even more worth it, I would say. Tanoki had responded saying 61k carats is still pretty stacked. Congrats on Sounds of Earth, even if it was 100 pulls. True. I mean, 100 pulls is still good if it's along with 2 other characters, so it's all good there. And Eugen had replied saying, I almost lost hope, but still believe I think of it as not a bad pull since I got 2 out of 3 new Umas. It's very true. Other than that, thank you for the comment, Eugen, and Tanoki for responding. And now we will be going over Tanoki's comments. Super Creek and Yaino Muteki is a skip, unless both are something special. I would say Super Creek would be the one I would pull for because of, I wouldn't mind, I guess, a long distance focus Uma. I mean, I could use it for medium distance, but I feel like that would probably be my only reason, but I didn't end up pulling on that banner at all. And I never know what to say when people say their CM League of Heroes teams. It's more like, okay, so what is their skills? See, that's a good point. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard to just, like I could show the skills and all that, but if you think about my setup, with the cards that I'm using for each different Uma, it's pretty similar. So basically nearly all the skills of all my Umas will be the same if you think about it. So really, in my position at least, I don't really have any variety when it comes to my skills. So you'll, like I said, pretty much be looking at the same skill choices for myself. Unless I get a, variety of SSR cards that are max limit broken, and that would give me the variety of skills to make nearly every Uma different when it comes to the build. That's just me honestly speaking. Which is why I pretty much just asked for the teams itself, because the teams itself are also, the Umas itself will also determine the support cards, I guess. But for myself, a lot of them are more just neutral based, so it's kind of just, yeah, it's just easier to go over, like, to know what people are using for me, it's just easier because since this is more, I want to say it's more focused towards like more like casuals and all that. Because obviously, I don't take the game too competitively. So going down into the specifics of skills, it's kind of, you can say off. I want to say going over the skills would be kind of just a little hard for myself since I don't have access to it myself, a lot of the other skills. And plus, like I said, my Uma specifically won't have variety. Whereas the others, they can tell you. I think Eugen does mention the skills he does pick. So that's a good, for me, I take of it as like a good example to see what I can use if he does go over to some skills. Or let's say if he's using a pure escape team, then I'll get an idea for like what I can do for an escape, regardless of me using, you know, the same cards that I usually have. And even if I do change up the setup, it's usually reliant on like the distance and all that. For example, long distance, I'll just shove a stamina card because obviously I would want to use a long distance or support card based on stamina for the long distance build and all that. So yeah, basically it's asking for this, the teams itself just makes it easier on people to share their teams. Whereas I think if we were to share the skills, I think for the comment section, it might be a little too much, which I do see where the benefit of the Discord server would come. So yeah, obviously in the future, like I said, I'm planning to do make it probably sooner than later, just so it'll be easier, I guess, on us to communicate about it. And that is on me, but at the moment, I just still haven't made it. So yeah, that is pretty much just my reasoning on why I asked for League of Heroes team. Or CM or League of Heroes team. It's because it is simply easier and more, I guess you could say, more casual friendly, because obviously if you're just like not playing this as seriously, you won't probably have a lot of the, I guess, general knowledge of like the support cards that you do have and all that, and skills. And it would be nice to, you know, have some input on what skills. Obviously for me, like I said, you'll see what skills I get, but I don't know if it'll be any helpful since I pretty much use the same support cards for nearly all the Umas in my team. Other than that, Eugen had responded saying, sadly, we are not on the same circle. I always prepare a room daily for someone who is interested in practice matches. I get what you mean about what skills being used, but sometimes it's too long to put into the comment. I did mention that, but I do write it sometimes if I can. As far as I know, Nuz seems always checking the skills of my Umas used for practice because he was defeated by them, and I noticed as well how he was able to improve his lineup. Well, that's the purpose of the practice match, so they can see what is missing, though the room code could be shared or join public room match, which really out of the league. Unless Shushu makes monthly tourneys or pre-cups something. Sorry about that, guys. My nose just caught up to me on after reading that reply, so I just had to take care of it real quick. But Tanoki had responded to Eugen saying, as I mentioned, I do wish I could join a circle, but I found a circle that also helped me out a lot, which is honestly totally understandable. And speaking of cups though, my circle does hold one and they do give build reviews for me, so what it doesn't help though is help me see Shu's team. Well, if you want to see my team, like the skills and all that, I'll gladly just show it to you prior to the event. So I guess I don't know, because my team generally, as I don't know if you've noticed, isn't technically prepared until the last day. As in, like, I try to prepare throughout the whole time I have just to get the best I can. So if you do want me to show my team for the League of Heroes or the CM prior to the event, then I'll try to remember to do that on. If you really want the most updated out of the team, it would have to be literally the video the day before the League of Heroes or CM starts. Because that would pretty much be the last day of training, so it will just sum up what my team would be. That would probably be the best case scenario if you do want to see my team. But if it's the skills that you really do want to see, because you will eventually do see my team in the event itself. For the skills, honestly, honestly, my skills are pretty much the same as it always been, like, because of I just been using the same cards since UAF had started. So yeah, pretty much anything I've built up to this point would probably have the same skills because of my lack of variety when it comes to skills or cards. I do have the variety from what I've built up over the years, but yeah, that's just they're just not as good as what I am currently using. So that's just it. So I do apologize, Tanoki, if if that is kind of disappointing, but it's just the way it is. I'm just being honest here. Other than that, thank you for the comment, Tanoki. And that is pretty much it for all the comments. Now, I just do want to say and apologize that this video will be a little late. A little late. I don't know how little it is, because right now, because like I mentioned earlier, I did take a longer nap than I should have. I am getting close to the upload time, so it will most likely get uploaded half an hour, maybe an hour later than usual. So I do apologize for that, guys. But I couldn't help it, and I took a little bit of a nap. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys are making this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know if you guys are pulling. Although I feel like majority of us, if not all of us, will be skipping unless you guys have like, or you guys really do like Super Creek or I know with Techie, or you guys are looking for a long distance focus or I guess medium distance focus. Ooh, sorry about that. And also anything you want to talk about, whether it's just other things like anime and all that, leave it down in the comments. As long as it is appropriate, I will be going over it in tomorrow's video. We'll just be continuing our prep for the League of Heroes with, I guess, anime collab Kita. And then, or no, next will be Satono Diamond, and then we'll go with anime collab Kita. So with that being said, guys, oh, one more thing. If you guys haven't joined a circle, or you guys are looking for a circle to join, feel free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. The circle ID photo should be on the screen as of right now, or as I've been ending this video. So give that a search, click join, and you guys should be automatically approved. And if you guys want, let me know down in the comments that you guys joined and what your circle or in-game name is, so we know who's who in the circle. But with that being said, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Once again, I do apologize that this video is going to be later than usual. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.